Alright, everybody, it is time to start the speedrun portion of this proper, and we're going to bring back FinalFire64 to do us some Tetrisphere. So put your thinking caps on, because it's time to puzzle good, and here he is to start off our speedrun block.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's me, FinalFire. Today, I'm going to be doing the chapters 1 to 3 speedrun of the Tetrisphere. Now, although it has Tetris in its name, it is probably one of the furthest things from. But as you'll see, it's just a lot of matching and consecutive shapes. And as time goes on, I'll hopefully try to explain things. I'm hoping Woonjo here will catch me on certain things.
I am here. I will help.
Yep. Alright. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So right off the bat, each of these versus CPUs will have two different shapes. So as you can see here, it's a horizontal line and a square. Hold on. Each of these characters that I'll be challenging will have their own set of shapes. So Rocket, as you saw in the previous screen, will have these two shapes. And hold on. Wheels, Jack. There's 7 different characters in each chapter, represented by these little orb guys. So the next one here is Gear. The hardest to work with are the horizontal lines and vertical lines. Next being the squares. Mainly because you have to get right up next to each other in terms of shape. There's no leeway for that kind of thing. The point of versus CPU is to uncover the amount of core, as you can see in the bottom middle there. And either that or hopefully try to get your opponent to make some errors like he just did. There are.
How much of a hole do you need to open up?
There are little squares on the core, and you have to reveal a certain number of squares that says in the bottom middle there.
Oh, so I see this one says 6, so you need to open up 6. Do they have to be all together, or can they just be randomly anywhere?
They can be wherever. As you can see, there are some slightly brighter shapes. Those are crystal shapes. Normally they will be slower to get done, as you just saw, but they will also have a slightly heavier power when it comes to throwing garbage at the other player. Each little ball has their own stat differences. I play Stomp primarily because. Oh, sorry, let me start from the beginning. There are 2 different stats for every character. P and S. P stands for power, and S stands for speed. Power is the strength of the garbage thrown at people. So a person with a higher strength would throw more garbage. A person with a higher speed will, when the button is held down, there'll be less lag when trying to move. Thankfully, this game is you press the button X amount of times, and it moves that amount of times. So speed doesn't exactly matter as a stat. What else? I play Stomp because he has one of the higher power. So it gives me a higher chance of just throwing crap at him. In terms of the best shapes to get, The purple Z shape and the the blue Z shape and the pink let's call it L piece. They're both the best because there is no necessary need to have them like right up side by side. They can touch on any part of their shape, and you can get rid of them.
What do the rockets do? I see you have a rocket.
Those are special abilities, unlocked either by comboing or destroying little fire blocks. I tend not to use them unless the opponent has been throwing a lot of garbage at me, which you'll see sometimes happen. But the problem with using that, if you look on the right, he just I'm throwing so much garbage at him that he just messed up. But using the nuke is so slow that, like I said, it's used as a latch. You know the word I'm trying to say. Last ditch effort.
An ultimatum.
That's it. Yeah.
A Hail Mary.
Yeah, Hail Mary. And so Jack is the final of the set. It'll be the same repeating in order. So it'll be rocket, gear, wheels, etc., etc. In that same order through all 3 chapters.
What changes between chapters then?
The speed in which the computers move.
Do you get more pieces? Because I think there's only 2 different types of pieces per round.
In the later chapters, yes.
So this is what the 2-piece chapter run, or the 2-type piece chapter run?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. What are the little hearts?
Those are strikes. Oh crap. I don't have the C button set. Oh god. The C button is what I use to trigger the missile, so kind of doomed without it. Well, partially doomed without it. Thing is, I'm playing on a double control in a way. I have my B&A set to my GameCube controller in my right hand, and on my left hand I have my keyboard set to WASD, because the Tetrisphere does not have any analog stick controls. It has directional pad controls, but the GameCube is notorious for really crap directional pad systems, so I kind of have to make do.
What is your PB for this category?
Crap. Offhand, I don't remember.
I will go look for you.
Thank you. I want to say it's 27 something.
No, speedrun.com. Don't load up a race.
Curse speedrunning. Oh, come on.
$29.45 is your time to beat.
Okay, so yeah, no, I definitely haven't updated that in a while.
Shh, don't tell anyone that. This game has such an interesting visual.
Oh yeah. Well, for the Nintendo 64, it's quite ingenious. H2O Entertainment, rest their souls. They're not dead. The company just went defunct. Oh. For what they had, they actually did really well with it, especially with the soundtrack. I'm not sure if you can hear it very well, but I have a few songs that I play in my car. Namely, I think the one coming up.
Did they
Yes.
do Wetrix as well?
I don't think so.
That was my favorite of the weird Tetris N64 short 3D things.
I don't think I've played that one.
It's basically you start with a flat surface and you're dropping pieces to essentially make walls, because eventually you get like water blocks that just flow, and the objective is to survive a certain amount of pieces without accumulating too much water that fell off the edge.
Interesting.
So you're trying to make like lakes, I guess. It's really neat. If you like puzzle stuff, definitely check out Wetrix.
Ha.
And obviously it's on N64, so you can emulate that pretty.
Yeah.
So the timer I see a blue timer that kind of goes down and then comes back up, goes down and comes back up. What's that doing?
If you take too long dropping a piece, once that timer goes down, it'll start zooming you in. And once you've reached full zoom in, it'll automatically drop a piece for you, no matter what you're doing. So it's basically like, oh yeah, you took too long, here's an error.
After that, does it go back to blue again?
Yes.
I'm surprised we never got like a Mahjong sphere.
That'd actually be kind of cool. Now, Tetrisphere is one of those games where it seems like everybody has played it, but nobody talks about it. Which, in a way, kind of makes sense, because they never really had a marketing strategy at all for this game. They just kind of put it out, and I guess that was the downfall of H2O Entertainment.
The little guy that you're playing now, I remember that was the guy that I liked. It sucks that you can't like see the other robots somewhere in the corner. It would have been cool.
Yeah.
They have a lot of character, but you barely see them.
I mean, in some of the cutscenes, I think like in the hide and seek mini games, which is actually quite fun. They have a lot of their own kind of character. Like one is timid. The one I play is kind of stupid at times, but they don't have any voices or anything, so it's all just visual expressions for a ball and two little eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Accidental button pressing for the win. How are we doing for time?
I think I accidentally switched the room that I was in. Can you talk to us about some of the speed strats for this game?
To be honest, it's a lot of a luck of the draw. So often you'll want to try to, if you see multiple pieces together, you'll want to try to place things on that are not crystallized, so the brighter ones. Because if you place it on the non-crystallized ones, they move a lot faster when trying to get removed. Sometimes it's better to just take an error and to remove a piece, but a lot of the time it's just hoping to RNG us that a lot of the pieces just kind of fall into place. And when doing this kind of thing, it's best to always kind of stay into one area, unless like something like that happens when the enemy just starts throwing things at you and there's nothing you can do but move on.
Is there like an upper stack? Like if they get, can it get too tall? You know, like actual Tetris?
Yes. It's basically prevents you from placing any down. You cannot place on top of any black pieces unless a colored one is connecting. This might actually be my best run of Tetrisphere yet.
See? Marathon luck.
Not according to my red faction run.
We absorbed it. We drained red faction of luck by injecting it into Tetrisphere. Alright, so this is the last chapter?
Yeah.
Alrighty. DB hype. What is the like multiplier-y looking thing? There's like a 9, I think I saw at the end of that last level.
That's a combo multiplier. So sometimes there are many ways to get a combo. I don't want to kind of get into all of them because I'm trying to also focus, but it's both a score multiplier and a garbage multiplier. So if I have a 9x or something and I start throwing garbage, it'll throw more garbage than I would if I had oh crap, if I had like a 1x multiplier.
And the number above the X, what is that? Is that garbage?
That's the number in the next combo. The garbage is you'll see in the middle. Little circles and squares will appear. That's the amount of garbage being thrown. And if you rack up a serious combo, the little squares in the middle will gain faces. It's just staring at you angrily.
Oh, so I see. There's blue ones and purple ones. So which one are you? You're blue or purple?
I'm blue.
Okay, and so it's like a tug of war, and every so often it will like decide, hey, now we're checking and dumping.
Yeah.
Interesting. That'd be a cool gimmick for like Amtgard. Like every so often it does the check, and then based on that one instance, something happens. I guess you kind of already do that with like King of the Hill.
Yeah.
That round looked a little rough.
It was, yeah.
Was it rough? Okay.
God damn it.
What happened?
Just misplace.
I believe one skull is good luck.
So there's two ways to two kind of gameplay mechanics in this game. There's dropping, which is the main thing, but you can also move pieces around. So that's what I do with the B, and that's I can rearrange things to make even larger combos and to get rid of things.
But can you put them anywhere? Or do you still have to, like, if you move something, you have to put it back in like a combo place or take a strike?
You can just move things in place. Like I can move this yellow one and then just drop it immediately.
Interesting. Oh, that's an unfortunate amount of garbage. And it looks like getting rid of garbage is just you make a combo beside it and it'll change the garbage into a new color?
Yeah.
Let me know when you're on the last level.
Yep.
Keep an eye out for time.
Sometimes you'll see me move completely out of the way for something. Usually that's if I see like a huge combo racking up. I will often move to the side to try to manipulate the RNG to place the garbage over where I'm looking. Because the larger squares will, sorry, the smaller squares will place at random. The larger squares will try to place where you're facing.
That makes sense. I would not have the attention to play this game. like the focus. Oh my god.
Yeah, when so much crap is happening to you at once, then it's ridiculous. If anybody wants to check it out, someone a couple years back posted a task, a tool-assisted speedrun of this. Not this category specifically, but it is absolutely bonkers to watch because it's just flying. Oh, for God's sake. Where am I going with this? Oh. I guess I got the C button to work somehow.
Yeah. Seems useful. Seems like very needed in that situation too.
Yeah.
Looks like the garbage can't take away things you've exposed though, so that looks good.
Yeah. Thankfully, once it's exposed, it's always exposed. Another deceivingly hard piece in this game is the T piece, because it often doesn't fit anywhere and it's really hard to move.
Yeah, that's very, very awkward. I'm just so, like, this... I'm sitting on the edge of my seat here. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, oh my god. Jesus.
What? Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. Final level.
Okay. Doing good on time. Which is nice. What? How do you know how much shorter your PB was? No, I didn't remember it at all. The one
I want to say it's like 22 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's what's this at currently?
24:33.
Like I said, I don't.
Crap out of old Gil. Leaderboard Gil is getting me. So as soon as as the core opens on this one, is time?
No. As soon as the cutscene plays.
At the end of the cutscene or the start?
The start. I'll let you know when.
Yep, just timing for the video.
Of course, yeah.
At least the music is good.
Oh yeah, that's like I said. I have a few of these songs in my car, and I just play it when traveling down the highway. There, I guess. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, now. Oh boy.
All right, 26:38 is your time.
Not bad.
Oh, he's sad.
Yeah. So that's Tetrisphere. Unlike Red Faction, there's no real community for Tetrisphere because it's so underappreciated. If you want to run it, always feel free to contact me. It's casually, it's a very fun game, but it's one of those that you have to kind of catch up in quick. There are different game modes like puzzle, versus CPU, hide and seek, time trial, and all these kind of make for a really fun, casual Nintendo 64 game, which I definitely recommend. And I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy. Also follow me on Twitch.